I give Jasawa that Tunka. Okay. Yes. They are forgotten. Once you are say I think I'm telling you. Okay. yang yang itu juga achievement ini from ini kami yang ini dia sewa kedua ini aku sewa kita awal tidak dapat jadi asal saya ada apa yang beliau punya dia buka rumah iya ya An gamsu wadannan ciwo ka dole zishen kyamba didi ka zuba wani ko kami ya tuma mu kaka zishen kyamba didi zinana ka dole ka zuba wannan Tyap zina biya da ni Tyap zina biyu da ni ka ba ka tsana biya jiya abu ko ba da biya mai bayan diba da
Allah tsora
jiwa
Usually, Swat, Naham, Goni, Levi, yes, wow. 70. Dan yang gane jiku ansham. Jiku ansham. Kuwa banyo num anan num ba. Kuma dia yang sio kau. Kasi anan num di biama. Yes. Amana kuma na num jata. Oh. Right? That's a book not the document of the other. That's right. I'm going to learn by a bang. This is what Indian look at me. Once welcome. Okay. Banyan Unjabani. Banyan Unjabani. In Japan, the man is first. It's not English. It is first.
Yeah. In English, it is very first. In Japan, it's men first. So you bring the men first, and then you bring the ladies. Banyan Unjabani. How do you respond? Each of you will respond according to his gender, his or her gender.
Ajokwa, Anyuwa, right? Can you show? You say you have some Yadian, the Bible Karam, Mana, anything you can continue to read until you are satisfied with what you are saying. Are we okay?
Yes.
Abana.
Mana jumpa?
Abana. 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 Siapa? Siapa? Okay. Kamu ni nak bicara dengan ni?
Kapuna sabu voka. Kum na ban diare na. Kezu bai bangang. Kezu share na ni. Ani biar kuna siang cese. Mami, cese jen. Senen cium mung na simung kau cie biar jang. Senen abanang mung.
Kau kerja ni kata apa je? Siapa ni? Sebut besar.
Dia bakang tak?
Bukan kerja bakang. Unfortunately, program is only one page.
Ya, fotokopi.
Jangan fotokopi kan? Kalau fotokopi komen, kan je lah. Kalau ini kerja, yang kan nak siap. Kalau nak cakap ni, dan tahu ini adalah toko bani pulau tu ni. Ini kan, now foundation, kita akan foundation. Dan tahu siapkan ini kita ada ni learn to read and write down a short transition literacy course for beginners. For what?
Beginners.
So sekarang ang bang direction ni dia adalah beginners. Just including myself. Yang pun dia including myself. Jika nanti cakap yang ni, exam yang farm mengucap, not long itu, right? Kalau kita modal, but we consider English is more than 1,000 years. All right, and yet they are still learning English. They are still researching into English and their language. So this is our Malay kata. It means that we still have a long way to go. So including myself, that I'm the so-called facilitator, I what? I know a little more, just a little, not so much. Okay, so that's as far as the topic is concerned. And then number one, introduction. Introduction. Okay. I will not say much. I will not say anything yet. That basic phonetics. Basic phonetics. Right? Basic phonetics. Okay. Number three. I think this will be photocopied for you. This will be photocopied for you. So, then number three is basic for knowledge. Basic for knowledge. Number four. It's serious. Number 4, Tyap orthography for alphabet. There is some confusion as to what is orthography, what is alphabet. We need to clarify that. And when it comes to Tyap orthography, Tyap, in this you must pay attention because with this number 4, it will form the basis for your ability to read and write Tyap orthography and the alphabet. Number 5 is tone marking. Tyap is a global language. One word can be spelled the same, but the tone can determine the meaning. John. Can you hear John?
Yes.
What is John? Goes. John goes. Can you hear that?
Yes.
John is long. John many. Right?
Yes.
So we want to take that. Then number 6. Grammar. Tyap grammar. Just as any other language, Tyap has its kind of grammar. Different. There are similarities quite a lot with English and Hausa and other languages, but there are certain peculiarities in Tyap which we need to take note. If you don't take note of those peculiarities, you will be speaking Tyap as if you are just doing transliteration of English.
Yes.
And it will sound funny. I follow you. It will sound funny. You don't want to be speaking Tyap as if it is a dialect of English. Are you following me?
Yes.
Now, these are the main areas that we want to cover. But in doing so, there are certain things, like practical things that we need to do. Number 1, counting. Counting in Tyap. Okay, next. This one. It's like the handout, the solid. Well, you know, I just made sure. I just numbered them from 1 to 50 something. But you can start with this one so that you know to finish before you continue on. Where was I?
You were explaining basics.
Counting, counting. You know, this is full of junk now, and it's difficult to believe some of the things. Okay? Counting. We have a song in counting. When we get there, you will know. The way you count in Tyap, sometimes when you come to write, you discover that the writing looks a little different. So you need to know that. Okay? So we will be counting, and then of course we have various songs. We'll start this with 2 choruses, which I will teach you. Alright? Then there is storytelling. Storytelling. Don't worry, they'll photocopy differently. Storytelling. You know, sometimes you have the same story told by different people. One person tells the story and you go to sleep. Another person tells the same story and what happens? You want to know what comes next. Alright? Then of course, composition. You want to, this will come after we have done quite some time, some things about phonetics, philology, orthography. And you compose a text in Tyap on your own. Reading and writing. Yes, we have some texts here which we will share to you to read. Can you understand what you are reading? You read the way the Tyap read it, not the way English people read it. I follow you. You found the Tyap found it. But this again, I'm showing what your part. One found down found it. All the tonal things, all the ups, up, the down, and so on. That's what. Fortunately, most of you here, I can hear that you can speak Tyap, which is a good step in the right direction. Then dictation. They may not come in this order we are having. Dictation. You can have a text I read to you, you write out and see whether you can now hear something and translate it, and transmit it into Tyap to write it correctly. If you can hear me correctly, to write what I have said based on Tyap orthography. Based on Tyap orthography. There are probably more things that we will say or do in this short course, which are probably not written here. You know, for example, we have talked about greeting. When the Tyap people wake up in the morning in a family compound, how do they greet themselves? When there is death, somebody dies, and you go to greet them, how do you greet them? Right? What I've noticed is this, is that people greet in Hausa, they try to bring in some little Tyap, but essentially it is what is that? Ya is what? Tyap is part. Hakuri is what? Now, so as not to confuse you, there are times that you can actually borrow some words in another language and bring it into your language. As long as you adapt it, make sure that the phonology of the language is properly captured. Then it can be done. I am aware that the English we speak today is not, the original English people. If you speak the English we speak today to them, they don't understand it. Because there has been so much borrowing into the English language from Greek, from German, from French, from Arabic. So those of you doing linguistics, I'm sure you're aware of this. But they have made it such that when you speak, you're not speaking French. You're not speaking German. You're speaking what? So also, when we borrow, we must ensure that we speak it in such a way that people will not say, he's just speaking English, or he's just speaking Hausa. No. We must maintain our identity. All right. So much for that. I said we are going to start with some two choruses. Some of you already know these two, at least the first one. That's the song. I can fuck back. Majan? I can fuck back. Okay. Then I can fuck back. So you are there for just initially my children. Repeat after me. Yes, Gua Manyengo. Yes, Gua Manyengo. Yes, Gua Manyengo. Yes, Gua Manyengo. Gua Manyengo. Yes, Gua Manyengo. Awazamwa danyanshichazo. Awazamwa danyanshichazo. Yes. Go ahead. Yes, put our hand back at bottom now. Okay? Struggle as we go along, right? The bottom now, okay. You can start. Yes, you alone. Three, go. Wait. 2, 3, sing. This is 3 times, no? Or is it 4? 3 times. 3 times. Okay.
Yes, 3 times.
Right. Okay. This is not that you are taking. So here, even in singing this song, you're drawing our attention, which is correct. There are certain ways in which we met in A. Can you see that? So we're already beginning to learn how to read. Alright? Can you see this one? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
That is okay? But look at that one on the line. Can you see that?
Yes.
So it is this okay? You can see that?
Yeah.
Not So you can see that goes to wa, za, Can you see that? Mwa, You can see that? Can you see that? Nyan, an, Alright?
Yeah.
So, and even this.
Yes. The I. Like E.
Okay, but look at that. Then, when you eat,
Yeah.
can you see that?
Yes.
Eat.
Different.
So anytime you see that, you have to be careful to pronounce it the way it appears. Right? So let's sing that song again. 2, 3, sing.
Yesu gua manyengu, Yesu gua manyengu, Yesu gua manyengu,
나를 이어 공바. 나는 나를 이어 공바. 공간바. Como vem agora, eu vou a cadeira e só você não me ouve. Você está indo de até eu já não vou te ouvir. Ok? Mas eu ganho eu também acho que só aí vai
vou giờ quy định chiều ở đô dịch trang ba
không có mất chơi cái gì vậy video
yes are you what you the sound is capitalized and good all capitalized số quan chia và kedua dan juga ini kenangan dia usia waza hazwa waza tu kedua nang ini kenangan du jangan hazwa kedua dan capitalize tu insan wa
okay so
yes dengan usia gua ni mungkin kenangan selalu cam create power some capital kenangan you for instance selalu sentence kerja dan beginning with I jangan create power ayat capital but kenangan yang referring to the pronoun yes must it always be capitalized.
Okay. Your question can be answered in the next slide. This is also a pronoun referring to who?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now we are using this capital because it is referring to who?
God.
The Almighty.
Okay, Almighty. Because we want to do what? We respect, to give honor to Him.
Yes.
But if it was Guardian,
Yeah.
Who again?
Yeah.
Yashim. Because what Yashim,
Don't
say, Suni,
hear about it.
but they
I'm my back.
so, we're going. All right. We're going to jam into the wedding.
Siapa dan bangsa
Okay.
siapa berkenan siapa menjadikan.
Nguli je bien aki dia moya.
Dia bien.
Yang apa kan? Sama dia sudah kana. Yang
All right.
Ini solution. Ini dia.
Good observation. Okay. In the Java, just know my attention, right? Sure. Okay. Jiwa manat, jiwa asyik, jiwa. Did you get that? Jiwa manat, jiwa asyik. Right? Can we make it together? No. Go. we sing it together? Yes, sir. We'll sing. Hold a little bit, we'll say it again.
Cởi và dốc chưa cởi.
Cởi, hey. Right? Okay. Again, when you sing and you are reading it like this, you are beginning to learn how to read and write. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Vai cởi và nâng và yêu is supposed to be on the left.
No. Nang. That is it. But nang ba? Nang. Okay?
Aji, kojiwa, anat, kojiwa, anat,
Okay. Na.
anat. Jadi jangan kojiwa, kojiwa, kojiwa.
Okay.
Kojiwa is
Okay.
You are right, my dear. Jiwa asyam yok cirkela nan ayam iwa. Right?
okay. The Lord will coach you in such a way that maybe let me demonstrate this one. This will be written
As the very letters.
yes.
Understand? Okay, I understand what you are saying. You are already challenging us on how to Like for example, your solution is correct. So that the first one is low, right? The second line is what? High. Okay? All right.
Rising tones and lower.
We do on specific words. We are going to come to tonal marking. Okay? But you know when you write a song like this, there's something called soft notation.
Yes.
Hey, you know, somebody who knows music, you can convert all this to soft notation and sing it. I think yes. All right. Okay. Okay. I believe everybody has this one. This is your one line. Well, now, let's start from the beginning. What did you tell us in that tower? Everybody has it. Welcome to the Tyap Literacy course. Madania, Abana. Abana. Java. Abana. Abana. All right. So, you know what is there? If you look at the next page, just informing you that you're in the right place. Okay? You're in the right place. You know. This course is for persons who are already literate in a major language, such as English or Hausa or whatever. And they are expected to use that background of reading, the ability to read Hausa or read English, to now be able to read Tyap. Alright? How many can speak Tyap? Yeah. Only you can speak. Because your language is very close to Tyap. So basically we use the same principles. So you are in the right place. So what you learn here, you can go and apply in Sholim. Alright? There will be a few things that you will need to change. Okay? Based on your own peculiarity. Okay? So the end is all there. We enable people or persons major language become familiar with the basic principles of what? Linguistics, and acquire the basic skills in reading and writing Tyap. How? Fluently. Fluently. You know, by fluently, you know, there are some people, even in English, they can read English, but you know, it's like they are counting the words. They are not yet fluent. So in this course, we want you to be able to be fluent. Even if you are not at the end of this course, what people who, after this course, who can be what? They can be facilitators. There are people who will not bother to go through all this phonetics, phonology, you will just go straight into reading and writing. But for you, since you are going to be teachers or facilitators thereafter, I don't know where and when. I don't know where and when. You know, a learner can just ask you an odd question. Can you get it? And if you don't know, you say, I'll forget about it. So that is why we are taking time. You can go and consult all books you need so that things syncs properly.
Yes.
Right. So, who are your literacy? What is literacy? What is literacy? What is literacy? Yes, of course. No, sit down now. You are please. Alright? If somebody can speak fluently, is he literate? If somebody can speak Tyap fluently, is he literate?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, we.
Partially.
Or
This is illiterate in Tyap language. So how about the writing? Because he can speak.
Take note of my question. If somebody can speak fluently, but he cannot read or write, is he literate?
No, he is no,
He is not literate. Okay, he is not literate. My grandmother at home, who is now late, she could speak Tyap fluently. If you give her a text in Tyap to read, could she read it? No. She is not literate. But, you know, I gave an example with my grandmother. There are many people today in the village here, they can speak and write, they can speak and write English or in Hausa or some other language, but they cannot read and write in Tyap. Yes, they are literate in those other languages, but they are non-literate in Tyap. And there are so many that can speak the Tyap, but they can neither read nor write. So they are non-literate in Tyap. And that is surprised. There's nothing to be ashamed about. Our friends, the Hausa people, who can speak Hausa very fluently, give them a text in Hausa. Can they read it? No. They cannot. So they are still what? They are non-literate in Hausa. I will even shock you. Go to the streets of London and you see white men who can speak English. Give them a text in English. Can they read it? They can speak English, but they are still non-literate. Are you following me? There is the word which is very offensive. The word is that somebody is an illiterate. Okay, you know? Nobody illiterate. Yeah. But you know what it actually means is that you cannot read that, you can neither read or write that language. That's all. It doesn't mean that you are an illiterate in English or Hebrew. This one, Hebrew. you can read and write Hebrew, this one. So he is, and if you go to, what do you call it? If you go to Israel,
Yes.
there are people who cannot read Hebrew.
Yes. But they speak it.
But they speak Hebrew. Those people, those Jews are non-literate in Hebrew. So you that are gathered here, I can see that many of you can speak Tyap But if you cannot read or write it, we are still non-literate. And that's why we are all here. Now, before I proceed with that, I want to ask a question. Why do you want to read and write? Why? What's the point of developing Tyap? Why bother yourself?
To make sure that the Tyap language doesn't die without evolution.
So that Tyap language does not die in our generation. Any other thing?
To become a pro.
Huh?
To become a pro.
You become what?
A professional.
Okay, to become a professional, you can become a professional. Yes, another one?
Maybe I would use different words than yes. It is for the preservation of not only the language, but the culture
But the culture,
of the people.
preserving your heritage.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
No, you need to preserve your heritage. Because there are many people who are only Tyap by birth. I get it. Their parents, maybe they migrated to London or Germany. But their parents were Tyap people. Now they are new back in Britain, in Europe, in America. They don't know one word, pin, in Tyap. Of course, they beat their chest that they are what? Okay? Simply by birth, isn't it? We have no objection to that. How endangered is this? If in another 100 years, I'm sure all of us will be below the ground. After 100 years, then it is found that none of us or none of our children or grandchildren can speak one word of Tyap for another language. In our context here, what do you think will be called, or our children will be called? Illiterates? But they will not be able to speak.
They will not even be
writing.
They will not even be identified as
Language they speak.
Yeah. The language they speak. Did you hear him? They will be identified with the language they speak. So if they are speaking Hausa, what would they be called?
Hausa.
But I gave back. Now, even though we can speak English, we know they will not call us English people. Because what?
Because of our
So these are the implications. You that are here, it means that we are part of this struggle to maintain our heritage. So that in another, we will not be there. So that at the end of the day, we will maintain that we are a Tyap people. Not a part, not Fulani, not Yoruba, depending on what language they speak at that time. So, I'm sure we are following this. There is this second word. Again? I'm going to spell some words here.
Yes.
Are they familiar to you?
Yes.
They are familiar.
Yes.
What is this?
Face.
Is it material or race?
Next. According to English language.
Okay, according to English.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And according to another language, it is what?
Machi.
Machi. How about this one?
Share.
Share.
That was one.
And according to which language is that?
Hausa.
How about in English?
Yeah.
Share. How about that?
Short.
Short. According to what language?
English.
Is that where you can be? Shoot.
Yeah.
In what language?
Yeah.
How about that?
Long.
Eh?
Long.
Eh?
Long.
Long. The one that, okay, that is in English. Can you pronounce in another language?
Long.
Lung.
Like.
Another language? Eh? Like. Like. Amanda, ho? So, you know, people often wonder, why is it that me, that I finished secondary school, I did university, I did masters, I did PhD. What is there again? You are telling me to come and learn how to read stamp. You see why? Because there is something fundamentally different in the way English is read, the way Hausa is written, and the way that Tyap is also what? Written. So, basically, what we have done is try to demonstrate to you what orthography is. Every language has its own system of writing, its own system of spelling things. If you read English and you are asked to read a text in Hausa and you come to this and you say this, people will laugh at you. You say, sometimes you don't know how to put the French in the air of Karatuma, that kind of thing. No, you can read, but only English. So take note. Orthography is simply the writing system or spelling system of a language. And for each language, they have their own system. They have their own system. You know, some people insist that because I'm educated, I can spell this word this way. No. The orthography has to be agreed upon. It has to be approved. Once it is approved, you are not free. You are not free to go and spell it just the way you want. No, you can't do that. And that's where we are having difficulty with some of the social media people. You see some people writing all sorts of things. No, it's not based on Tyap orthography. Now, take note. In this handout, we did say that the orthography is likened to a constitution. Alright? It is likened to a constitution of a country or of an association. If you do anything outside the constitution, what have you done? You are wrong. The same way, if you read or write or even speak outside the orthography of Tyap, you are not speaking or writing standard Tyap. I follow you. So we must get away from this feeling that I'm educated, therefore I can write Tyap or I can read it. No. Be ready to be what? To be taught. You know? It's like a pilot who who has dexterity in piloting planes. You can fly them, jumbo planes or whatever, from one end of the arm to the other. And then he's given a motorcycle to ride. Probably he cannot ride the motorcycle because the assistants are what? They are different. And you don't have to laugh at him because he was not taught how to ride a motorcycle or even a car. You may not even know how to drive a car. Alright? Now, even today there are, just like a constitution can be good, isn't it? It can be bad. So you see a country or an association doing one kind, they are not making progress. They are having problems all the time. Perhaps look at the constitution. There is probably some problem with the constitution. Look at it so that if there are problems, you correct it. The same thing with anarchography. If anarchography is wrong, if it has problems, then you have to go back to it and do one. And look at it. And listed for us there are characteristics of a good photography. Characteristics of a good photography. The first one is what? Accuracy. What do we mean by that? You know, every language has sounds. Some of the sounds are similar to other languages, but there are certain sounds that are peculiar to that language. So, as a language, before you can have a proper orthography, you have to identify all the sounds. You have to identify them. Let me give you one or two examples. Look at it. Ah. It's a sound. Look. It's a sound. It's a sound. Okay? So for any language to be able to develop a good photography, you have to do what? You have to identify all the sounds. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? Permit me to use your name and you identify some sounds. Shan. Shan. Look at me. That's the sound. Ah. That's the sound. Another sound. It's another sound. How many sounds there?
Three.
When you put them together, you produce a snake. Shan, you know, it looks like it is very sudden, isn't it?
Yes.
But if you break them up,
Yes.
you will discover that Shan. So, here you can begin to write down. Yes.
Sorry, sir. Okay. Now, from first sight, I will be better to think that is Shan.
I'm just going, no, okay, wait. I think I know where you're going. There is Shan. There is Shan, okay? That is just corner.
Yes.
Okay? Corner. Shan is plural. Come back. Shan, can you see? Up. Many instincts. Shan, one. But we are talking of basic sounds before they are modified later.
And I think also it will depend on the context, contextual meaning.
Yes, absolutely. Okay? So,
Abong Shan.
Shan, okay? which means function. It will tell you that whether there are many or it is just one. Are you following? Right. So, so this is how you identify sound. You can now these many words in your language. Okay? Guam. Can you say? Can you say? Are we together? Yes. Which means it's a sound. Can you say? It's also a sound. Can you say? Oh. Can you say? Can you say? These are all sounds. So you continue listening them like that until you listed so many words and extracted the many sounds that are possible in your language. Then you can develop an orthography. Alright? Then you can develop an orthography. So, if you don't identify all the sounds, then it is still not accurate. Can you see that first entry? That first characteristic. Yes. If you don't identify all those sounds, then the orthography is not yet what? It's not yet accurate. Right. And that's why, you know, in English, we have how many letters of the alphabet? 6. But to date, we have how many sounds in English? No, tell me. Linguistics, sounds in English. No, all sounds.
English sounds.
Who knows? Yeah, 40. Okay, some people say 44, some people say 45. So you can even see that they are still not too sure. I think everything. But all these 44, 45, or 48 sounds can be covered by the 26 alphabets. We will get to that. Right. So that is as far as accuracy is concerned. The next one is consistency. When you write, you must be consistent. The same sound must always be represented the same way, right? Yes. Don't say book is one place it is book. Another part you will say it is cook. No, right? Yes. Consistency. Now we will see in English, which some people say they have the worst. Okay? The worst orthography. Some people, well, I don't know, but that's why.
Yes.
Or even notes. How do you know that?
Okay, there's H for the T. Notes is also a word.
Yes? No. Okay, it's not well. Now, take note.
Listen.
I hope the T or whatever is not distracting you. Right. See that? So. Not. You know, here the E is sounding like an O.
Yeah.
Here it is sounding like a O. What's O here? But AU.
Something like
That is what you call inconsistency. We want orthography once you say this is E. It should, anywhere you find it, it should sound the same. That's the idea. But you know what? Because we've been studying English for such a long time, we are just too familiar with this. So that when we see it, we know this is how to pronounce it. You understand, right? We have, you know, all of us here, we have spent something like 20, 30 years, you know, reading in English. So anytime we see it, we say, no, this is soft. This is soft. This is not. This is not. orthography. There is inconsistency in the application of sound. A good orthography ought to be what? Consistent. Then, a good orthography must be, I'm supposed to be speaking for yeah. Okay, we'll get this little break somewhere. The next thing is an orthography must be convenient. Are you getting me? It must be what? It must be convenient. This words. Go back. What did I say? A good orthography must be what? Convenient. It must be convenient. Don't create problems for people.
Wow.
Alright?
So they must be comfortable with
You
it.
must be comfortable. Alright? For example, we are fairly comfortable with the English. And that symbol represents what? B. But the sound is what?
Yeah.
There's nothing under the sun that compels us to represent both like that. Nothing under the sun. We can decide to represent it some other way. We can decide to represent both like that. It's our choice. How do you mean? We can decide that. But if we do that, what are the implications? What are the implications? Number one is that people have to learn how to write that.
Yes.
And it is still low. Number two, our, what do you call this one? The system, the computer.
Yeah. You have to customize.
You have to customize it. You have to customize it to have that. So, how convenient is that? It's not convenient. So, we are used to English, and their system of writing, we have decided to adopt that. But let me tell you, nothing under the sun has compelled us to do so. The only thing is that if we change and want to have our own, okay, it is hard work. Alright? It has to be hard work. Good. Number 4 now.
Yes.
Acceptability.
Wow.
Like a constitution. If people don't accept their constitution, can it work? It cannot work.
They will throw it away.
You know, there are people now, even in the Nigerian constitution, the people who are saying it was written by military, therefore we don't want it. Finish. They don't have any other reason. It was written by military, farmers. Finish. We don't want it. So people have to accept, they are rejected. So people have to accept that this is, and then they have to accept that this bill should be written this way.
Yeah.
If they don't accept, the generality of people, you cannot force them. Are you getting me? Acceptability. Conformity. You know, you already have languages around here. You already have an official language like English in your area. If you try to be different, too different, let me put it that way.
Yeah, it becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem. I think there is one which maybe we didn't put. But there should be no sound that is silent. Okay? Let me give you an example in English. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that? Knife. Knife.
Widow
Where
without
do you put the cake?
So widow without it. To see with the
Knife. So somehow English have convinced us that you don't have to produce the, you don't have to pronounce the cake, the cool sound, but you don't know the right it without the cake. That's a characteristic of a bad orthography. What is it doing there?
Yeah.
It has no function.
Yes.
And yet you want to write it. Are you following me?
Yes.
And perhaps many more. So when we develop our own Tyap orthography, we must take care of these things. Otherwise, our Tyap will create problems,
Yes.
and so on and so forth. And so on and so forth.
And
That's
I think this is why the word people are actually still struggling to have to
yeah.
in their translation work. And it is largely now the and that could be
The problem.
the problem. It's like they want to do something that is now entirely very different. Like this is said, that if there will be any team that will be very different, it means that those who must use it must even go the extent of training
Something new.
Yes, because let me give an example. To them, the sound, not the that you write like this. To them, they will say no, it shouldn't be like this, it should be like this. E, that is like
Upside down.
upside down. And people find it hard to read this as yes, they find it so hard to read this as
Absolutely, because they are not familiar with it.
yes.
And in our computer, we don't have another of this. So if they want to adopt this one permanently, they have to raise plenty of money and develop their and develop a customized computer. Even not customized computer, even customized phones.
Yes.
That's the difficulty. And that's why we will go with this, for example.
Yes.
Because the computer in your phone, if you know how to do it, you can easily have it. Are we through? Are we understand?
Yes.
So emphasizing this only because of the project. And these are principles that are applied to all our languages in the southern community. Okay? So when you learn this, say, there are certain characteristics that make up a good orthography. So when you are with them and they are beginning to talk to anyhow, say, when you talk about it, these are the implications. These are the implications. Alright? Now, I think we have gone a long way. The last word that we want to get to before we go on a short break. Yes. Linguistics. What is linguistics? Linguistics. What does that word mean? Linguistics.
Our people was in theory and practical aspects.
Yes. Word study, words, theory, practically, and so on. Yes.
Scientific
Study.
study,
Language or a particular language. Analyze it. All sorts of things, isn't it? All of you are correct. Alright? Linguistics simply is the study of a language. Or language. That's funny. Now, the question is studying linguistics. What is it? What do you study? Linguistics is a wide study. Covers everything that will be, in fact, we're talking about this one. Alright? What do you know? When we were in secondary school, we studied what is known as grammar, isn't it? Grammar is under linguistics. That's the one we are very familiar with. Me, I didn't know of the word semantics until I got to university. Okay? Semantics is what? The study of the meaning of words. It is part of what? Linguistics. Alright? Syntax. You will not know, I didn't know about it until I got to university. What is syntax? Sentence is the construction of sentences, isn't it? You know, in English, there's a way they construct a sentence that connects meaning. If you are going to translate that sentence of English into Tyap and you do it word by word,
Should not make sense today.
Okay, maybe let's give one example. Okay. Yeah. And you know it. That's an English sentence. Can someone translate it in Jap?
According to how you wrote it.
Okay, where is what? G.
One.
This is the no. Yes. Now, does this in Jap, does it make sense? Okay.
Still not correct, sir.
Okay.
Analysis.
Anarejiwa, that's the proper thing. Anarejiwa. So, this is in Jap, this is number 1. This is number 2. Where? Oh, this is number 3. This is number 4. Am I right? 1, 2, 3, 4. But in Jap, this one, it is the where that is number 1. This is number 2, number 3, number 4. Do they correspond in any way? No, sir. So when you are translating, or when you are constructing a sentence in Jap, you are translating rather from English to Jap. You listen to what it means, then you reconstruct it the way the Jap construction is. Right? All of that is part of what? The basics. Now, there are many other aspects of this wide topic known as linguistics, or this course known as linguistics. But we'll just look at 2 in our course here. It is phonetics, and phonology. Right? Now, when we come, we'll start with this. I'm not too sure we can finish this today. Right? Phonetics and phonology. So we'll come back from break and start that. And before we go, can we remind ourselves of our 2 little songs?
Yesu,
So I think you can take a break of 10 minutes or thereabout. Jadi everybody, pokoknya
Baik, kita.
saya mau juga
Saya akan ganti. Oke. Terbang Pak. Ini belum sedang lupa.
Ahora busca que todo la dan
Lain. Saya mau itu sama lain. Ayo bilang dia.
Betul-betul apa mungkin
Kau yang bayar ya.
banyak bawa dengan sisan makan itu dengan dari forest masih boleh berusaha bang ini sini deh kasih mana dulu pakai akan situ modal
Ini lambat ya.
becan tu nama bapak kami sekarang rumah bukan pertama di lupa di bagian ini di bagian ombak ombaknya berapa
All these ones, they are Yoruba people. But everybody has its own. Politically, will be very strong. I did it, I would be Well, that would be a good idea. Okay, I'm coming. You know, this chap, this chap who is doing his friend, there's a place where he said, Yesu Mwa.
So, to be like,
It is Jesus, not mine. You know, whereas it depending on the tone, Yesu, it is he, not Jesus, it is his. Okay, it's the same spelling.
Pronunciation in the
Yeah,
You must watch. Yesu Mwa. I do a shine.